Hi, my name's Dee and welcome to Sunchild Tarot. Now this is a general reading for the new moon in Gemini. So May the 22nd. Well, depending where you are. I think it might be the 23rd somewhere, but I think mainly May the 22nd, depending where you are in the world. Now, this is quite a complicated new moon, so I'm not going to dive into the astrology for it greatly, because there's loads of professional astrologers here on YouTube who have done it so much better than me. And if you want to see their interpretations of it, there's a link down below for my for the Facebook group for this channel, and I post all of their videos there as well. Now, this is a bulk introduction. So you can watch more than one of them, because watch your sun, watch your moon, watch your rising, like I say every single time. And if you don't know what your moon and rising are, there's a link down below as well for a free birth chart. It's really important to watch your rising, because then you also know what house the new moon or whatever event is occurring in. As long as you know what your rising or ascendant is, that'll explain a lot. Right, so being a general reading rules apply. If there's another person who features in here, which don't often, but it does happen, roles can be reversed. I can assume I'm talking about them and I'm talking about you, and vice versa, because the cards don't come with name tags. Timing is hardly absolute. This is a weird new moon, because you could say its energies last for 2 weeks, because the full moon is a lunar eclipse, so that will supersede the new moon energy. However, new moons set things, they plant things, they start the creation of things. So there's a cycle from this new moon in Gemini to the full moon in Gemini, which I assume is about 6 months down the line. I assume they're about 6 months away. Are they? Yeah, I'll assume. I'm sure it's not. No, it's about a month away, isn't it? Anyway, I'll work that out later. Brain is obviously not firing on all cylinders right now. Like I say, general reading. However, this reading either is for you or it isn't, because it does have a bit of a past and a present. So if the past and the present don't fit, it's a Celtic cross spread. It's the way I read. It's not really a take what resonates, leave the rest. It's either take the lot or don't. You know, but what I would like you to do is ask a question beforehand. So pause the video if you have to, take a moment to think about all of the questions that surround you. Focus on one of them, because energy in, energy out. Basically you focus, hopefully gives the reading energy, and I return that to you in the reading. But be aware of all of the questions, because the cards will answer whatever they please to, and not necessarily what you and I think is the most important question. Now back to this new moon in Gemini. It is a moon that is seeking to find the truth. It is the Gemini energy is one that likes to look at things from both sides, take things to bits to you know, examine it, separate them so they can join them back together again. But at the same time, we've got Venus retrograde square Neptune, plus we've got all the other retrogrades that are occurring, Saturn, Jupiter, all of those that are going on, so that you need to be aware that really it's truth that's close to home. It's personal truth that you are trying to find. And also, what is true right now might not still be true in 2 or 3 weeks' time. You know, however it works, it might not still be true. So it's personal truth in the moment, living in the now. You know, that's always a good new age hippie concept, isn't it? Living in the now. And I think this new moon in Gemini certainly is going to give us an opportunity to examine our nows and see, are we really living in it, and what do we want to change if we are? Okay, so that's enough waffle out of me. Like I say, look at the astrologers videos in the Facebook group. Now, in that Facebook group, you can message me directly if you want a personal reading. You can also message me through Twitter and Tumblr. The details are down below. Other than that, please press the like button if you like the reading, or the subscribe button. Definitely the subscribe button. It really helps the channel, or as Namaste TV call it, the Google politics. But let me shut up now and bring up the cards for you. Right then, Capricorn, and welcome to Capricorn Moon and Rising after the timestamp if you've joined us. This looks like a love reading. Now, I may even end up talking about it like a love reading, and if you've watched any of my other videos, I'm not a fan of love readings. But this could also be talking about cooperation and bringing something new into your life, something that you can have a great deal of love for. I feel that at the moment, you are in a state of confusion. We have the moon clarified by the Two of Cups. See what I mean about love reading? You'll also notice that Spirit is bringing in the Two of Cups here at the top of the reading. So there's a theme, and there's a theme either about love, or we also have the Angel of the Miracle of Love, you know, just to rub it in. Or we have the issue of some form of cooperation, working with somebody else. Now, what I do notice is that your loyalty to some form of, it might be a person or it might be an old idea, I don't know. But the God force that is oppressing you, that is keeping you divided from your divine destiny, for want of a better phrase, is Laertes with faithfulness. So considering that right under that, from the Wisdom of the House of Night, we have the Rigid card, there is some form of loyalty that you are still exhibiting that is not serving you. And it may well be that it's a loyalty that it's not that you need to be disloyal, it's just it's served its purpose, it's past its time. We have Remph, the Angel of Time here, which states, you know, all things burn away, or as I like to put it, this too shall pass. I think, if I remember what it says about Remph in the book, it's something like, all lives are lived until they're not. All dreams are dreamt until we wake. All things occur until they finish. You know, so that may be that there is some loyalty, whether it's to an ideal or a person that you're holding on to, that is no longer serving you. Because I think you're well aware that if you do not tend the harvest that is offered to you at the moment, whatever this cooperation is, or love, then by remaining on your own, it's going to be a pretty poor harvest. It's going to be a failure. That's what it says on the card. 7 of discs, failure. But you seem really busy, and it's like, yeah, I'm going to go forward, but hang on a minute, what way do I go? So how you're feeling at the moment, we have the 8 of Wands, and the lightning is pointing in all directions. There's I'd like to say all, it looks like there's all 6 directions there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So no, all 3 directions and time, and it is clarified by the 3 of Wands. But honestly, it does look to me like this woman stood there on the beach, cliff, harbour, whatever, looking at the ships that are coming in, going, where do I go? Which one do I do? I want to move forward, but where? There's so many options. Because the situation that you're in right now is confusion. You have the moon. There is the moon, that confusion, if you listen to your intuition, that confusion offers a pathway to a new land. Here, to the, the Duat is what you call it in Egyptian mythology. Or I think the Duat is where you are on this moon card. But there is confusion about either love or cooperation, of bringing 2 things together. But you have to have, what Spirit is saying is you have to have patience, and you have to just know when the right time is, which is one thing the moon card will give you. It gives you the confusion so that you don't know which way is up, And let's face it, with this card here, you don't know which way is up. But then it will give you the intuition. It'll whisper to you, the secret is this way. And it's up to you whether you are paying enough attention and not getting distracted by all of the other things that are going on, and all of the illusions and all of the requests. We have two very authoritative figures here. One who is definitely Anubis, and I'm not sure who the other one is, but I don't think it's another Anubis. But what is standing against you right now is Four of Swords. So they're trying to do everything yourself, or trying to remain on your own, or trying to remain static, which is exactly what you fear, but it seems to be exactly what is going on. Clarified by Five of Wands, mental conflict. When you could be seeing a wonderful pattern that is slowly being built out of the events that are going on around you, but otherwise you're feeling more sort of there's a teamwork pull in a positive direction and a teamwork pull in a negative direction, and you're just going, no, I don't want the teamwork pull. So either the positive or the negative. Nope, nope, neither, thank you very much, no. Because you've cut something out before and you made a vow never to go there again. But right now there is a whole new beginning being offered to you if you take the steps for it. If you can get through all this illusion and confusion and decide, Princess of Wands here, King of Pentacles, decide this is the way that I want to go. Because it's not I don't want you to be looking at what your options are. You've got oodles of options. One of your options is doing nothing. But no, there is a drive to do something. But the Princess of Wands with the King of Pentacles here is telling me that, no, you need to do some real world stuff to move forward. Slowly and gently, so you don't get carried away by it. Working like a tiger in the night, just slowly, gently, but knowing the right time to strike. And the only way you know the right time to strike is by doing that effort of going slowly and gently to start off with, enabling you to adjust to your surroundings and work out what is real and what isn't real. And what isn't real is the lies that this loyalty to something is telling you. I don't think that's necessarily on purpose by this old loyalty. It's just, it's outdated. The time needs to come, its time has passed. Because this is a wonderful time of creation. You can actually set the rules here with the King of Pentacles. You can actually, Ace of Pentacles, Lucifuge Rafakal, gives all worldly power and treasures and makes one rich quickly. So you can bring this to a head, to search for, to create this new beginning. Because we have a personal issue reaches resolution. Full moon in Cancer, that's not that far away, is it? Yeah, it is. It's new moon in Cancer next, isn't it? Yeah. Oh well, I thought that was full moon in Cancer, I assume is... Oh, is it the month after? It's whenever it is. Look it up. I don't know. What's interesting is the God Force that is supporting you right now is trickery. And I almost feel that maybe if this old loyalty is holding you back and you really, really, really don't want to break it, you've got to concentrate and study and work out a way that that you can still satisfy that old loyalty and yet move forward. But I personally think that that's not exactly the best of ideas. I think it's that old loyalty does not count in this place, in this time. It doesn't mean that it won't count again, but right now it's out of place. It's like a green utensil in a red utensil set. You know, it does not belong. One of these things is not like the other. Because moving forward, if you're following your intuition, Four of Cups here, if you take the pathway that's being offered to you, there is victory. There is definite victory, and there is wish fulfillment that you can stress about or not stress about. I almost feel with this particular Eight of Swords, it's a funny one, this one. I mean, if you've watched my other readings, you know the Eight of Swords is quite a special card for me. But I almost feel that she's bound herself here to protect herself from the other swords. It's not that she's hiding within the swords or what have you. And it is calling to me for her just to suddenly go, ping, right, that's it, I'm free, I'm moving on now. And there is a form of wish fulfillment in that moving on. But somewhere along the line, working like a trickster god for yourself is what will serve you. Use this confusion. Use this confusion. If you think, well, hang on a minute, it looks like this right now. Okay, think that through. What if it was like that? And then when something new happens the next morning, okay, the world looks like it's changed. It looks like it's this right now. Okay, what would it be if it was this new thing? And keep working through them and find the one that you like and work with that one. Right, so under protest, I might add. But since there's all this miracle of love and Two of Cups, okay. I pulled a romance angel and it says, love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. So there's an interesting point with this faithfulness, this loyalty to an old ideal. Are you cutting your nose off to spite your face by being loyal to this old ideal? I think you need to move forward. You know, you can have stress and anxiety by listening to the wisdom of a long dead influence. Funny, that appeared in the previous reading as well, but Sagittarius, but in a different context. I think it was Sag. Or you can have wish fulfillment and free yourself from this anxiety if you take the step forward. Now that's all of the cards. So if this means anything to you, Capricorn, which I think if you are a person this reading is for, it will really mean something for you, because keep going. That's all I can say. I've given all sorts of little bits of advice in that reading, but just keep going. Keep going and make sure that you're doing what's right for you. Because, as I said, a personal issue reaches resolution. There's a new beginning here for you. There's victory here for you if you grab it. But that's the thing with, certainly with my style of readings and with, say, astrological energies. You'll hear astrologers talk about portals, that these energies become available, certainly for the personal planet ones, these energies become available to us. Whether we use them or not is another matter entirely. We can use these energies or we can do our best to ignore them, in which case they'll either not affect us at all or come and bite us in the backside in a different way. So it's always a good idea to try and use these energies, whatever they are. Just as one thing I found. Yeah, stick with it, Capricorn, but work towards that new beginning, all right? Cheers.